from chasing in love to becoming an absolute love magnet and a master at manifestation. I was able to manifest things that I never thought were even possible. I started off as a broke person, chasing in love with anxious attachment style, pretty much like the movie Limitless, where Bradley Cooper is a failure, breaks up with his girlfriend, can't make it in life, and suddenly he finds that magic pill and his life turns around. My life has been similar to that, but I have been able to replicate this manifestation method not just with myself, but with a lot of different people. So this is a proven concept. I want you to look at my website and go to the testimonial section and observe all these testimonials of my clients, because not only did I overcome my own problems, I became a relationship hypnotherapist who helped people do the exact same thing. And if you go to some of my most successful YouTube videos, you can find it in the comments that my methods work. People found their answers in my methods. So what did I do? How did I go from having an anxious attachment style, being broke, always stalking my ex, trying to work my way to get love, to finally becoming a love magnet where people just want to be with me? This is my origin story of how I became a master of manifestation and a relationship hypnotherapist. Now, just like the movie Limitless, my story actually starts with a heartbreak. Now, I was working as a fitness trainer, pretty down on my luck. I wasn't making much, and she left me because I wasn't really successful, and it's a very shitty feeling. And before this relationship, I had a pattern of having a lot of other relationships where I had the same pattern of my partners treating me exactly the same way, making me feel like I'm not worthy of love. And I would keep chasing them. I would keep pleasing them. It was almost like I have to wake up every day and I had performance anxiety. Like I have to give my best performance in love so that by the end of the day, I get paid with some love and some care. That's how my life was. And I think you can relate with that, because if you have an anxious attachment style, that's how your life is. But when I had that one breakup, which left me in shambles, completely broke on my luck, and I was on the side of the internet where I was looking at ways to manifest my SP, how to get your ex back. And that's why one of the biggest reasons that a lot of my video titles are manifest your SP, manifest your desired relationship, or attract your SP, is because I know how people like me who have anxious attachment style and who have no idea where to begin, that's the side of the internet that we land on. But I wanted to understand why this is happening to me, why all my exes have treated me the same way. That's when I came upon the term trauma bond. Now, originally, when I heard the word trauma bond, I thought it means that when someone bonds with someone because they share the same trauma. However, the actual meaning of the word trauma bond, if I was to put it in simple word, is we are always attracted to people who we can resonate with or who make us feel exactly the way that we are feeling inside, because that's the feeling that we are familiar with. And if we have trauma inside our subconscious mind, and this trauma is developed between the ages of 1 to 9, and it becomes a part of our personality. And because of that, we keep attracting or keep getting attracted to partners who trigger those traumas again and again. So when I was on that side of the internet trying to manifest my SP, all of the techniques were like law of attraction, law of vibration, law of assumption. It's all about if you can feel something, you can attract it. So the term trauma bond started making more sense to me. But I can tell you how trauma bond actually feels like, and it's a bit funny. It's almost like all your exes and all your next, all your ex and all your next have formed a cult. And all of them have mutually decided, hey, we are going to walk into her life one by one and we're going to make her fall in love with us. And then we are going to ghost her. We are going to make her feel like she's not worthy enough. We are going to make her feel like that she needs to earn our validation. And all of them are working with a perfect strategy. Now that's what it feels like. But I want you guys to understand, when I was researching on law of attraction, law of vibration, how to manifest your SP, I am a very skeptical guy. If you give me a concept, I will try to validate that concept through different subjects and different methods to ensure that is it even valid or not. And I saw a lot of the people who were talking about law of attraction, law of vibration, a lot of them had success stories, but some of them didn't. And I was like, what's happening over there? Now, why are some people successful while others aren't? That is how I became a hypnotherapist, because I understood the term trauma bond. And I realized between the ages of 1 to 9, I had a very traumatic relationship with my father. And by studying more about how a father's influence changes your emotional setting, helped me understand my relationship pattern. That is, a father helps the child develop 5 traits just by emotional connection. And these 5 traits are self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence, self-respect, and sense of identity. And I had all of these in deficit. So, according to trauma bond and according to all of law of attraction, law of vibration, I was familiar with lack of self-esteem, lack of self-worth, lack of self-confidence, lack of self-respect, and lack of sense of identity. And that's what I kept attracting in all my relationship dynamic. And that explains how all my ex and all my next were going to be the same. But I also had a sort of a mother wound. Now, a mother also helps a child develop 5 traits. Now, these 5 traits are empathy, expression of love, nurturing, creativity, and spirituality. But these traits were in excess inside of me. They were not balanced. Now, if you have the same pattern, this will create an anxious attachment style. Now, I am a very impatient guy. I was like, okay, I understand. Law of attraction works, law of vibration works, law of assumption works, but I need to change the traumas. I need to remove the traumas so that I can remove the familiarity with trauma. And if I can remove that, then I can attract relationships into my life that I truly desire. I went to a therapist. Oh my God. Now, I'm not trying to throw some shit on conventional therapy. There is no money back guarantee. There is no time frame. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you in terms of money, time, efforts, and there is no reassurance that it's going to work. Now, that's something I wouldn't sign up for. So I started studying hypnotherapy because I'm an impatient guy. I want results fast. So I started studying, and I didn't just study hypnotherapy. I studied neuro-linguistic programming. I studied a lot of spiritual practices. I did a lot of research to understand how we can manifest whatever we truly desire. And I understood that if we can get inside our subconscious mind between the ages of 1 to 9. That is our default emotional setting. That is what we are familiar with, and that is what we keep attracting in all aspects of our life. You have seen me skydiving. You have seen me do crazy shit. I unlocked all of that just like Limitless because I understood if I can get inside my subconscious mind and I can remove my father wound and my mother wound, I would completely balance the traits that are not balanced inside of me, and I would resonate with that. And if I can resonate with those traits being balanced, the sort of partners I'm going to attract will be balanced. And guys, trust me, when I discovered instant healing hypnosis with a lot of different experiments, I did a lot of experiments. I did a lot of pro bono cases just to test out if this can work. And I discovered not just one method, but several methods on how I can get inside people's subconscious mind and remove any kind of emotional or neurological state or a trauma. I can heal physical pain, I can heal emotional pain, I can heal psychological pain, and I can do all of that in less than 2 to 3 minutes. So guess what did I do? I healed my father wound and my mother wound, and voila, I was instantly attracting people into my life who were downright obsessed with me, who wanted to be with me. And I also learned conversational hypnosis because I was like, conversation is a big part of building relationships. So I need to have some good method of communication with other people. And I discovered a lot of the practices of conversational hypnosis is something that I'm naturally gifted with. So I combined those two together and I just became a magnet for love. And I love doing all of it. And I love this. This became my passion. And I was like, how about I turn my passion into my profession? So I became a relationship hypnotherapist. Now, my journey has been quite different. When I first started off, it was with a 30 days hypnotic attraction program. Sounds quite weird, to be really honest. But I signed on few clients and they saw the results and they were like, how are you manifesting all of these things into your reality? What have you done? Even my friends and my family, they were shocked. Like, how is he doing this? How is he able to manifest things that people can only dream of? And that 30 days instant healing program worked out for a lot of the people. But there were few failures and I realized I need to make my program even much better. So I made it into a 15 days program and I started calling it 15 days instant healing program. Now, that program did magic for a lot of the people I cannot even count. I started making people walk through the same footsteps that I went through in years, but instead of making them walk through my journey in years, I made them walk through in 15 days and they got the result. You guys have seen it. Then I and my team did some analysis and we figured out that 90% of my clientele were high achieving women over the age of 30 and they had the most success with my program. And I changed my program to high value love identity program where I help you unlock a version of yourself that naturally attracts secure committed relationship. And since I understand where you are coming from because I went through the same journey, I'm able to help you in a way that other therapists might not even be able to do that. Now, here is the most important part. This method only works because I understand we need to get inside our subconscious mind and we need to believe in the power of our subconscious mind. And if we can believe in the power of our subconscious mind, placebo effect happens. And as a result of that, people get the results. You have seen me living the days of my life. So what I'm searching for in my high value love identity program is for people who believe in it. If they believe in my program, if they do not have a shred of doubt, if they have had the similar journey, if their pain point is so high, they are willing to try out something, putting their ego aside, keeping an open mind and doing exactly as I say, because the method that I use is instant healing hypnosis. I don't tell you what to do. I take you to a part of your subconscious mind between the ages of 1 to 9, where your traumas or all your blockages, all of your life's problems originate from. I help you locate that. And once I help you locate that, I ask your subconscious mind to release that. Now, the way our subconscious mind works is it will not allow you to remove anything until you are able to promise your subconscious mind that this is not going to threat your survival, because survival is your subconscious mind's top priority. That's how I became a master of manifestation, because I understand how our subconscious mind works. So I help you reveal those lessons. And once those lessons are revealed, you need to start practicing those lessons. And I'm going to share another story with you why you need to start practicing those lessons, because I was able to manifest my ex back because I knew whatever we feel inside is what we attract. So I did some work and I was able to manifest my ex back 2 times. Scientific purposes. What actually happened is, even though I was able to manifest her back, the relationship pattern repeated itself once again. Why? Because you will always end up with someone who you resonate with. I healed. She didn't. I was able to manifest her back because now I know how to manifest, but since there is no resonance between us, there is no familiarity between us anymore, that relationship ended up the same way, but it never hurt me. Pain is something I cannot feel because I can get inside my subconscious mind and remove any kind of pain in less than 2 to 3 minutes. And that's why I say pain is inevitable. Life will throw pain at you. Suffering is optional, and I choose not to suffer. So, what I want you guys to understand is, once your subconscious mind reveals a particular lesson, I always tell my clients, you have to practice these lessons on a daily basis. So what happens is, once you start practicing these lessons on a daily basis, your subconscious mind reinforces this neurological state, this emotional state. It builds up familiarity with this emotional state. And if it builds familiarity with any kind of emotional state, that is what you are going to attract into your reality. This is how manifestation works, guys. I have cracked it, and this is one of the biggest reasons that I have a 90% rejection ratio, which is one of the highest, I think, for rejecting people to enroll into my high value love identity program, because I know I cannot promise them the results. They are not subconsciously believing in my program. They have doubts. They feel like maybe I'm not a great fit, or maybe they are not a great fit. So when I invite you to a free mini therapy session, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to assess if you can convince me that you have 100% belief that this will work for you, and you understand how our subconscious mind works and how instant healing hypnosis can work. And only if you are someone who has a pain that you really want to get rid of, that is your anxious attachment style, and you believe in my program, only then I allow you to enroll into my program. And guess what? My program comes with a money back guarantee. That means if you do exactly what I say, and it's not going to be what I say, what your subconscious mind says. I'm going to teach you instant healing hypnosis. I'm going to teach you conversational hypnosis. And when you combine these 2 tools together, you become an irresistible magnet for love. And that's a promise. And you have seen client testimonials on my channel, on my website, in the comment sections, and you know it works. But if you follow the steps, that's why my program comes with a money back guarantee. Because if you follow the steps that I went through, you will get the results that I got. You will be able to get the result that several of my clients have already experienced, and they have unlocked the true power of their subconscious mind. Now you can think about going for that free mini therapy session, which is my enrollment process. Remember, you have to convince me that you are 100% sure that my program will work for you, and you are someone who's willing to give your commitment. The only reason I only focus on high achieving women above the age of 30, because they have already sorted out their professional life. They are looking to settle down in their personal life. And since they are high achieving women, I know they are committed, they are dedicated, and they have the ability to commit to something dedicatedly. And that's what I need from you for 15 days, and I can completely transform your life. And once you are done with my program, you will never ever need a therapist ever again in your life, because you will know instant healing hypnosis. That means nothing can influence you anymore. You can get inside your subconscious mind, make the changes, remove any kind of blockages, become familiar with the neurological state or emotional state of having something, and attract that easily into your life. That is how I went from chasing love to becoming an absolute magnet for love and a master at manifestation, and now a relationship hypnotherapist. I hope my story inspires you to take action. Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button and ring the bell icon to show some love. I'll see you guys in the next video. Up until then, stay happy, stay blessed, and remember, you are powerful beyond measure. Bye-bye.